That's cap. That's cap. That's cap. That's cap. That's cap. That's cap. How I'm gonna be there? That's cap. That's cap. How I'm gonna be there?
All right. Hello again to YouTube, Spotify, and SoundCloud, and welcome to another episode of the Crackin Atkins Podcast, the cap and all cap with no cap. What's up? What's going on, Crackin? My name is Crackin Atkins, and yeah, I said, every episode I want to have two guests, so I have two very special guests on this episode of the Crackin Atkins Podcast, episode 2. We are joined today by Eon Crescent and FadedDragon. Thank you so much for joining us on the Crackin Atkins Podcast.
Yeah.
How are y'all doing?
Yeah. I'm doing fabulous. My day at work was ass, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about work either on a Sunday. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too. But...
Me, I mean, I'm doing pretty good. I'm missing a very important stream, but it's not too important. I'll just catch the vibe.
You said you're missing a very important stream.
I'm not a VTuber sim. But
do you want to go there? It's written down, but do you want to go there? All right, to give viewers context, to give viewers context as to when we're recording this, it's currently August 22nd. It's the same day as like the HoloLive debut of like the new 5. It's currently the Rats time slot right now, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry to interfere with that one. See, I didn't care about that time slot, so that's why I chose this one. I didn't know that was something that you were looking for. The people that I cared about were earlier in the day. I won't mention any names, Crony, but the people I cared about were earlier in the day. So
yeah, I saw the Twitter. I saw Twitter was kind of blowing up over that.
Yeah.
I'm not like a VTuber enthusiast. I just know Callie and a couple others, but I bet that's a cool thing, right?
Don't let my YouTube recommended fool you. I was hacked. Yeah.
See, I'm hella not a VTuber person. Like, I have never understood it. Like, I think some of them are cool. Like, I like Callie. I like Shuriken Noel. Just like from a design, I guess, if that's the way I would have put it. Design sounds like a weird word, but they're aesthetic. But I've never actually watched a VTuber stream until today. There's something about this Generation 2 for English that I feel like I'm being targeted. I feel personally attacked.
Maybe that's the same for me. I don't have the attention span to stay in streams that are not made by my friends. Obviously, I'll stay in Eons and Alus and stuff. Mm-hmm. But if it's a big streamer and the chat's really going, then I don't really feel like I want to interact much there. So with this one, the designs, I was like, you know what? I kind of want to see this.
Yeah, man, it was an experience. I've seen clips. It was my first time watching full streams. I watched the full Sana stream and kind of some of the Crony stream, and it's I don't know if I would do it again, but that's me basically trying to not fold. I probably will do it again for Crony, but yeah, that's I don't want to start with VTubers. That's a rabbit hole. There's other things that are written down here, but I appreciate it being brought up. But yeah, like I said, I'm glad that you guys are both here. I think actually the place where I want to start is my exposure to both of you, or how I learned about both of you, because it's interesting experiences that I don't think I've shared with either of you. So for Eon, ironically, it was the first mention that I heard of Eon was through the SoCal BBTAG Discord, him being in it. But when he had joined, that server, it was at a time where I wasn't super active on the server or Discord in general. I was basically just coming back today. I FGC, so I didn't really know the context of why Eon was in the server, and the pandemic had already erupted at that time, and I thought he was legitimately just a SoCal Blake player that I never met.
Oh my god!
So I see it was at the time you were in an argument with Monkey about the driest BB tag character, and I was reading up on that back and forth, and I was just who is this? And I was like, yo, we have a Blake player? Like, who is this person? It wasn't until like overtime I literally was like, oh, that's like, he's not from SoCal. Like, I get it now.
Yeah, I just invade servers a lot because I'm nosy as hell. But yeah, I just joined that server because I heard like Raiden basically invited me because he was like, hey, we have a server. And it's not like limited to SoCal. I was like, oh, bet. Let me spy in there, get some intel, Ooh. So that's seriously my reasoning. But I didn't know that you heard me from that. That must have been like very weird because I was like, man, I must have been defending Yumi. I'm. Oh my god!
It was like a 4-way argument between like Yumi, Batista. Or no, 3-way. It was like Yumi, Batista, and you, Narukami, of like who's the driest character in BBTAG. And like I think you were defending Yumi. I don't remember the full entirety of it, but I remember that specifically. But like Eon, SoCal Blake. Okay, I'll have to remember. I'll have to remember.
That'd be such Blake, SoCal Blake. That would have been epic, but nah.
Secret agents starting chaos in SoCal. That's crazy.
That is crazy. I would do that, honestly.
Eon the spy. And then for Faded, I knew of Faded through like, so during a similar time, every BBTAG stream, it felt like that I was watching, Faded is in the chat. And that's kind of true to this day. Like, Faded is just in the chat, FadedDragon. And I'm just like, okay, this is somebody that's like a big fan of BBTAG. But then it was like, once I got to like know Faded, I was like, okay, this is not like somebody that's like a fan of BBTAG. This is like a BBTAG player. And like a very smart, informative BBTAG player. I think Faded has like informed the most of my decision making around fighting Yosuke at this moment. Like just tips that I've seen him give other players, like maybe I'm just like looking at that, or like tips that he's given me. I know I wouldn't have burst Yosuke now. That's great. But yeah, Faded I thought was just like a stream monster. I was like, no, he's not a stream monster. This guy, this guy actually plays.
He's a Yosuke player. That's the worst part.
I want everyone to know who's watching this. Blake is just Yosuke with extra steps, and I will continue saying this.
Oh my god, bro! You keep saying this, bro. I didn't hurt you. I didn't hurt you. You just say that because Blake.
Yeah, one in the same.
Yosuke is Blake with extra steps.
No, it's the other way around. Blake is Yosuke with extra steps.
In terms of their mobility, I kind of see it, but their game plans are kind of different. The way they hit people is completely different. Like Yosuke doesn't have JB or 5B.
I mean, but the way Blake hits people is like she actually finesses you. She doesn't like rob you. Unlike Yosuke, who doesn't.
Yosuke definitely robs you. Faded, you're in a corner here. Eon just saying that statement alone. You're in a corner here. Like Yosuke definitely robs you.
What do you mean? Bro, Blake's pretty fair, bro. She doesn't rob you. She just finesses you. And if you get finessed, that's on you, But Yosuke literally just does moonsault left, right? And if you get hit, he's just laughing in the background. And I'm like, all right, buddy.
Yeah. But what do you do?
I just simply block.
Right.
Okay, but guess what? Guess what? Mine's is easier to block. No, mine. Okay, well,
we're gonna be on this forever.
Everything creates an argument. It's great.
we will continue to back and forth this forever. This
man.
Okay.
Well, look. Yeah. The result of meeting you both was the result of the pandemic, for better or worse. So I mean, like, despite like COVID ruining offline play, it's great that like the overall community has been brought like closer together in the process. I talked a bit about this with Scrub and Lon in the previous episode, but for you two specifically, I think for Faded, have you ever been to like an offline gathering for like games or a tournament, casuals, locals, anything?
No, actually, CEO will be my first if I actually get to go.
Very cool, very cool. And then Eon, I know that you've at least been to CEO, but have you ever been to? And you just recently played with Don Cisco. I saw that attempt to stream.
Oh god, that shit was so bad. Like, bro, the whole hotel internet is a bad matchup. I'm not winning that. There's no way. Dude, that shit is bad. But I've been to 2 offline majors. First one was Climax of Night 2018.
What's up? Okay.
that was like, man, oh shit, that was early days, man. Pulls. So I was like offline play. I was like, what is this delay? And then I realized, wait, this is not delay. This is how the game actually is.
Right.
And then second one was CEO Otaku 2019, and that was a very fun major because I met a lot of people that I see on the internet, and I was like, wow, it's really cool. And I actually like did solid for like where I was at the time, like going 3-2 with like a top player. I was like, holy shit, this is. I didn't expect to even get that close. I had like initial predictions of where I would go, but probably the event was really fun. I met a lot of people, and next event will be CEO, and I'm excited to see more people because I'm gonna teach them that Blake literally only finesses people. All right, I'm gonna get that out. I'm gonna get that around. All right, I'm gonna teach people that.
What a callback! I thought we were beyond choosing violence. I thought we were beyond defending our case. He just cycled right back through it. It was just like Faded over there seething.
Nah, bro. I'm definitely still in Faded shoes though. I'm letting that. I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah. Amy says Blake players don't rob people, but anyways.
Well, look, we're actually gonna touch back on the CEO Otaku conversation a bit later. That's something I have written down in the notes. But I want to start with basics. So what is okay? So for a context of listeners of, I guess, some pre-production stuff of when I put the YouTube video together of like usually I just default to the guest Twitter profile pictures and like their Twitter names or the names that I see in bracket. And to be completely transparent and honest, I had a hard time deducing what both of your player tags actually were, because I've seen, so for Eon, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to put Eon or Eon Crescent or Eon _ Crescent, but I sent the phone, I didn't hear anything. Do you have a preference of what your tag is, and also what is the origin of your tag?
Well, see, the origin, I've switched tag at least like 3 times now. So at the beginning of like my BBTAG career, like when I couldn't do a 236 input, that was pain. I'm not gonna lie, bad times. But my tag at that time was like Phoenix 351, right? And then I eventually, like, I want to say like in early 2019, I changed it to Phoenixion because I was like, I like all the EV evolutions, right? And I was like, my name is Phoenix, so I was like, let me just try this out. And I rocked that for like a bit, and then I want to say like in like March of 2020, I like decided that I should change my name because I want to like, because all my old names I kind of said some stupid shit, like a lot of stupid shit. Like there's so much stuff I've said that like I was like, damn, I regret looking at this.
Okay.
So let me just like have a fresh start, and I was like, Eon sounds nice, right? Eon, I like the moon. I like the moon a lot and the sun. So I was like, all right, cool. Let me just do that, Eon. And then the Crescent part, I wasn't very sure on like the second part of my name because I was like debating on Eon FGC, and I was like, nah, anyone with the name FGC in the name is very, very basic. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's
boy. FGC and NY, or just FGC? Because NY is a big one too.
No, just FGC, bro. Just FGC, bro.
Okay.
It's not creative. It's just not creative. I'm just being real. But
what did Roxy copy do to you? That's crazy.
They did everything to me, bro. Rox is also a DOK player. Don't worry. When I see her at CEO, I'm gonna give her the hands. It's okay.
Well, at least Rox doesn't enter tournaments as Rox FGC. That's just her handle on Twitter. But
I hope she changes it, because I'm just saying.
What if it was Rox BBTAG? Is that even worse?
That's worse. That is worse. Because you're dedicating your name to a game that you might not play in the future. Like, oh no.
Why is Green getting shot now? Oh my god, you're just shooting at random people now. Oh my god.
Yeah, bro. After what happened, bro, you tried my hairline yesterday. I'm shooting violent.
Wait, what did you hold on? What's wrong with the Eon hairline?
Bro,
that tweet was so good.
Oh my god, bro. Like, I was commentating his tournament right yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And like in chat, they're like, yeah, your hairline is built like Sonic 06. And I was like, okay. And then someone said after that, like, their hairline had a rocky transition to 3D, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Okay, hold on. So Pokey said, so it had a rocky transition to 3D. I couldn't believe he said
when I saw that shit, I was like, holy shit. Like, how are you going to destroy my hairline like that? I just got a haircut.
Yeah,
want me to get another one?
What was even the purpose of catching the stray? Like, you didn't have a webcam on for Faded stream, I would imagine. Like,
I did. They just predicted my hairline was as fucked up.
That's messed up.
I don't know.
Now I'm afraid of my YouTube comments because I actually have a visual. Is my hairline messed up? Like, yo, if anybody,
it was just low Tad choosing violence. Low Tad.
Oh, it was low Tad. I mean, that tells me all the information I need to know. Low Tad is a chaos bringer. I've seen Low Tad in the chats roasting people for no reason.
He really does, bro. He really does. It's crazy.
Oh my god, that was so good.
I bet it was, but tell me about your name, bro. Tell me what's your name.
Okay, Faded. So it's kind of a weird story, but Faded. You said how I was mostly known as like a street monster, right?
That was my impression.
I'll start with the Faded. So I picked Faded based on mostly because I didn't really have that much confidence in myself when I started with the name. So I usually stuck to myself. So I would consider myself like I wouldn't say secluded, kind of. So someone who you wouldn't really recognize very often.
Okay.
So that's kind of where the Faded part is. Dragon is you've seen my PS4 tag, the thing that I can't change.
Dragon Ninja X 2004.
Yes, I can't change that name. You know, funnily enough, I didn't think about it hard enough, but 2004, those were actually O's, but I did not have the foresight to realize, wait, that's actually the year as well.
So wait, what was the purpose of putting the 2 and the O's?
Okay,
you did not mean to spell 2004?
No. So you see, when people take your name, PlayStation gives you random numbers and letters, right?
Okay.
So that's kind of where that happened. It just gave me that. And I was like, you know what? Fine. I'll just go with it.
I see.
I was tired of changing it because Dragon Ninja, I didn't even want to start with that. It was actually going to be a reference to anime I liked, Hitman Reborn.
Okay.
And I was just going to put Hitman X because that was the nickname for the main character.
Mm-hmm.
But that, I couldn't put that.
I see.
So instead, I just went with 3 references. I went with Dragon Ball for Dragon, Ninja was Naruto, and X was Reborn again.
Oh, you an anime nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and then the random assortment of numbers and letters was just unfortunate. I want to change it so bad, but I can't.
Hopefully you can. PS hooks it up to where you can get the gamer tag change. So just to clarify, because when I was putting this together, this is what because I always thought it was Faded the Dragon. Whenever I mention you offhand, it's Faded the Dragon, and then I'm like looking, and I'm just like, I think he has Faded the Dragon because Faded Dragon is taken, so he's going with Faded the Dragon. But I think he prefers Faded Dragon. Is that the case?
No. Okay. So the problem with
what the hell, man?
The lore runs deep, but okay. So the problem with me running Faded the Dragon on everything is people will not recognize the capital letters. And so I will get this problem and it happened yesterday too when I raided after my tournament. People will say Faded Dad Dragon.
I'm good.
Okay.
So I realized, I was like, you know what, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. Okay, I went to, have you ever heard of, you said you played Street Fighter. Have you ever heard of Hawaiian Shirtman?
Yeah.
Okay.
The second player?
Yes.
Yeah.
I went to his stream once. My friend Astro told me, I was learning Zeku at the time, because I've actually was really into Street Fighter at one time.
Okay.
I was learning Zeku, so I went to his stream, and when I followed, he pronounces everyone's names when he does it. He first called me Faded Dad Dragon, and then after he said that, he said, "Oh, Faded Dad Dragon, are you like some kind of boomer dragon?"
Faded Dad Dragon, huh?
I recognize. Nope, I can't do it anymore. Nope, I have to change it. I have to change this timeline. It can't continue like this.
So Faded the Dragon was the original intention, but due to the incompetency of others, you have to shorten it to Faded Dragon. That is okay. I did not know that. So okay, that makes complete sense because I've seen both, but the rebranding makes sense, and I can understand why I wouldn't want to be called Faded That Dragon. That's just it's awkward.
And that makes you sound like a boomer, but you're like young as fuck.
Oh my god!
Exactly.
So like the only reason I had the DA or the in there in the first place is because I would use it as a Okay, I'm also a big One Piece fan.
Okay.
And so I would do the Faded D Dragon, and I've also used that name. Where the D in the middle is also a reference to One Piece with the main character. Monkey D. Luffy.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. So I would have that in my name, and then I would just change it to Faded the Dragon so that people would have an easier time saying my name and stuff.
Okay.
But, yeah. So my name has gone through a lot of different weird changes, but yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with this now.
I hope you are, because I would have roasted your ass.
Yeah, I bet.
All right, so we got the origin of the names. That was important because I had questions for both of you. But we're gonna move on to the origin of. Well, look, we all play BBTAG here. I want to know a little bit more about the BBTAG history. So, for both of you, how did you both get into BBTAG? Learn about BBTAG? Wanted to start playing more BBTAG? What is both of your guys' history with BBTAG?
Okay, so for me, I did play Blaze Blue when I was like 6 or 7 with my sister, because I don't know why the hell she's playing that game, but she had it on her Xbox, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna play this game because she's not home right now." So I played story mode. I saw Ragnar. I was like, "This dude's white."
This dude is white.
White, like he had like white hair, and I was like, "Is he old?" I kept asking my sister, "Is he old?" And she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, I was like a kid, so I don't know to tell her, but play Blaze Blue, play story. I distinctly remember New stabbing Ragnar, and I was like, "Bro, what is this game?"
Ooh, yeah.
I was a kid too. I was like, "Bro, what is that coming out of his body?" Damn, I don't know. And then like during like I guess before BBTAG came out, I was a very, 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 very competitive MOBA player.
Marvel?
No, MOBA. No,
MOBA. Okay.
Yeah, because I played Smite I played that game like every day for extensive amounts of hours, and I was on a team once.
Oh, snap.
And we did we did scrims and stuff, like practice and stuff, and I saw a trailer for like BBTAG randomly, and I was like, "Wait, I recognize that dude. He's that guy who got stabbed by Noob.
He's the white guy."
Yeah, he's that white guy, bro. And I was like, "Okay, this game looks cool." And then I saw Blake, and I folded. I'm not gonna lie to you. I folded like really hard.
I see.
And I was like, I'm getting this game.
And the rest was history.
The rest was history. I was like, shit. And then like, you don't even want to know like the teams I played. Like I played Noel at a certain point. I regret everything. It was like that. I thought Noel was so clean at some point, and then I realized she can't even cook. Let me get out of here.
I think that's a common thing. There's like a couple of local Street Fighter players that I played with at my local that like didn't play BlazBlue for real, but like they know of the franchise, and like a lot of them like Noel. I think Noel just looks like a cool character because I mean it's like dual wielding gun girl, and she's like doing all these drives and crap, and like her supers look cool. Like it's a really cool character on the surface. Like and then you start playing her and learning the game, and you're just like kind of whack.
I was like, bro, this is whack, bro. And then I saw Batista. I was like, yeah, this is my team. Yep, this is my team. And then I waited for that. So yeah, and I'm not gonna talk about like top players hunting me in 1.3. Literally, I'm talking about like Gears, Steve, like what literally come to the cab just to hunt me and play Ruby Gordo. I was like, bro, what is this? What is this?
That timeline.
That timeline was so terrible, man. But hey, I learned a lot because I'm here now and I'm playing fighting games. So yeah, that's most of that. But what about you, Faded? Let's hear your story.
Alright, for me, so I was always pretty much into fighting games since I was like very young. My grandpa got me into them with Mortal Kombat versus DC. That was the first fighting game. That was the first fighting game I ever played.
Okay.
And he would completely bully me with Jax, the ground pound move. Yeah, I couldn't deal with it. I had no idea what was going on. But yeah, I've always been into fighting games, but I didn't really stick to that many traditional fighting games for a long time because I didn't have them for myself. I just played them when I went to my grandpa's house. With the only real games that I had around like before tag that I actually played often were probably Smash and Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So then the way that I got into BBTAG was actually through Ruby, of course.
Nice.
A lot of people do. But I had no idea that anime fighting games even existed, because by this time, I was extremely into anime. I've watched so much, but this was also when I had first getting into Ruby. At this point, I was just thinking, when I saw the trailer, I just thought, you know what, I'm definitely going to be a Ruby main because Ruby looks cool. I've always liked Ruby herself in the series. And then maybe play Blake because I also... Blake was my favorite character at the time. But,
holy shit.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
that has long since changed. That has long since changed, but no. When I actually... Okay, the second trailer was when I actually got my main team, though. It was the trailer for both Yosuke and Lene.
Okay.
That was my first team. I just realized that those are two like very fast characters, and they looked really cool. So I was like, you know what? That looks like the team I'm gonna play. And I played that team for up until... I never really dropped it until 1.5, but I played that team off and on until that. And also, I originally wasn't going to be a Yosuke main. I was going to be a Lene main. The one who prevented that was Uwu, who taught me how to play Yosuke.
Freaking
So
Uwu!
You can blame him for me being this then.
Don't worry, I blame Uwu for everything, so I'll go ahead and blame him for this as well.
well, I'm curious then, why don't you just go back to Lene? Because you say you're learning height, so I think it's a perfect opportunity to play like a good team with Lene, you know?
At this moment, Lene, well, now I'm having like a lot of fun with Yosuke, but now with Lene, it's just like, she's still kind of awkward for me. She's been awkward for me since the beginning, but now that I've had so much, that I'm so used to playing the complete rushdown style with Yosuke, Kuro, characters that don't really have any type of projectile that you would use ever. So, like, except for like kunai maybe, but you don't really use that in neutral. Going back to Lene can be very awkward. Especially since I don't really have a team for Lene. Hyde, that's a new thing.
Yeah, Hyde Lene is pretty good. This actually perfectly segues into what I was going to ask next. The question is kind of specifically geared towards Faded, because like, Faded, what is your main BBTAG team? Like, literally, what is it? Like, I have no idea. I know you play Yosuke, but like, you also play like Kurogane. You also play like I have no idea what your main BBTAG team is. Like,
at the moment, I'm just sticking with. I know for certain that Platinum and Kuro are my main partners for Yosuke. But Yosuke is my character. Yosuke is my character. That at this point, I have just completely cemented that.
Okay.
But Platinum, I would play her like a lot more often if I had to practice to do more stuff with her.
Right.
Kuro is just, I think he's cool, so I'm playing him pretty much. That's kind of how it works with that team. Everything else is just, you know what? I don't feel like playing my main teams right now. I'm just gonna play something else.
I feel
it. Yeah, that happens very often. To the point where I won't even play my main teams in tournament sometimes.
I mean, sometimes it's a good like release to not play your main team and have side characters to switch off to, just maybe just for a mental break or to get like some new ideas and stuff like that. Like, that's something I'm totally guilty of. I keep saying that, like, all right, I'm just gonna hard commit Mitsu Batista, hardcore, nothing else, and then I'm just like, dude, I miss playing 9, or like, dude, I miss playing like this character. I'll just like hop back for a brief stint of time.
Because I remember one time I literally played against Yui. On Ragnarok, specifically because was it even Ragnarok? Yeah, I think it was Ragnarok. Specifically because my friends were like, you know what? Just play this team. Just do it. Because why not? Oh, I also played against someone with Makoto Yosuke, just because they told me to play it.
That team sounds buns.
I give in to peer pressure way too often. I think that's just what it is.
Okay.
I just played it, and you know, I lost, and I deserved it. But
I mean, yeah, you pick, like I said, Makoto Yosuke does not sound good. It sounds buns. So like, the peer pressure effect be too strong. Okay. Jumping over to Eon. So like, we know, and Eon even kind of went into a bit of the context of this, of like, he saw Blake in the trailer and he folded. And so this leads me to a couple of questions that I have for Eon, of like, what, and I kind of already halfway know the answer, but I want the full Eon explanation of like, what informs your character picks in fighting games, or just like character picks in general. What is an Eon character?
Oh, y'all keep. Well, for fighting games specifically, not just, you know, general. After playing, wait, why'd you do this to me? Oh my god. Okay, well, yeah. I appreciate the image, but for me, in fighting games, so I look for like a couple of things. So I've been playing Blake for like fucking 3 years, right? 3 years. I tried to like piece together like my favorite parts about her that I really enjoyed in the character, right? And I was like, I really like mobility and having a lot of movement options to vary your movement and really just flow around through the screen a lot, right? So that's why I played Milia in Get the Gear Shot, right?
Right.
She has a lot of movement options, really good set play. Oh yeah, I also like set play. That's also another thing. I like making my opponent guess. It's really, because like if I can get that one hit and I can just keep looping it, right? It can lead to a very strong like steamroll situation. So set play, mobility. There's also like a part of me that also likes this mid range control, like Phonon, for example, is a good example. She
Phonon
just
is
has
dope.
a lot of mid. Yep. Now she has a lot of not full screen, but mid range control, and she can really just force her opponent to make a decision whether or not they want to or not, and that's what I really like. So, as much as I like to think that like I literally choose with my deck, no, I don't. No.
Okay.
Nah, I don't. I actually like try to like think about what this character has, their tools, and why would I play them, right? So that I don't want to just pick to pick, you know. I usually want to pick characters that I know that will benefit me and benefit my playstyle. So
I feel that. Interestingly enough, through learning the context that you kind of got into gaming as such as like through MOBAs, right? I actually have a follow-up question that I'm coming up with right now. Like, do you think your attachment to liking to play mobile characters or characters with a lot of mobility has any correlation to you having a MOBA background? Because what was the MOBA that you said you played before? Was it Smite?
Yeah, Smite.
Okay. Do you think there's any correlation there? Because like I know personally, I've been told that my playstyle with Mei and like the way that I play Mei with like positioning and everything is almost reminiscent of like a MOBA. So I was wondering if you thought there was any correlation there, like you wanting mobile characters to be able to dodge and just moving and stuff.
Well, unironically, in that game, I am like a tank player, not tank. Like I'm a player. I'm like a warriors. They can do damage while being really tanky, right?
Mm-hmm.
I play that role like all the time. So, I wouldn't say like I wouldn't say that really correlates too strongly, but I mean, my main character did have like she did have like a dash. She did have some CC too. So I wanted to say no. I think honestly, I want to say like I wouldn't say like you know the movement part really correlates. I want to say more like design and like just an overall appeal to the characters that I do see in fighting games. Right, correlates because the character I played in that game was the Sun Goddess. So you know, she was like the first character I was like really into.
Amaterasu?
Yes, sir. I will always praise that character. Always. No, there is no like doubt in my mind. Always. She's very good. And she's like one of the first characters that really introduced me to like characters that she really introduced me to my aesthetic when it comes to like, you know, design and stuff. Like you see this shit, bro? You see all these you see and guess
she
what?
actually has the freaking Blake skin.
I know, right? Bro, when I saw that shit, I screamed. I was like, there's no way this is a coincidence. There is literally no way this is a coincidence. That you know how like crazy it is? Like that's just lucky.
Yeah, that's actually insane. I didn't even know that correlation existed.
I was like, there's no way. Like there I don't know, bro. That's just insane to me. That man
Written in the stars. My so I never really went ham on Smite. I have a friend who has played a lot of Smite, and they've gotten me to play a couple of times. The character I liked was Aphrodite. I played a lot of Aphrodite.
Okay, I'm sorry, but like if you like Aphrodite, I need to know why, because you either like her for one or two reasons. All right, so
she's mad simple. Was basically the first reason I like. So when I play MOBAs, I'm looking for the most simple, brain dead like playstyle possible, so that I don't have to think too much about abilities, and I can focus more on like map and creeps and stuff like that. Because I don't do, like, for example, I don't know if you play League, but my main character in League is Annie. Like I just I just want things simple. Like she's pretty simple, but I mean waifu factor is also a plus, and I'd be like, she's alright, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Well, now that you explain, so I can understand. I can understand it, but that makes sense. You want something simple, easy to execute, and that gets the job done. So I get it. I get it. That makes sense, to be honest. So
what were you gonna say? The one or two reasons for it?
I was gonna say either you're really horny, or you're just different. You just like being a support that likes to, you know, help you carry and really like help the team execute situations, right? So it was one of those two things, because like you don't play that character for no reason. This is I'm sorry, that character in Pacific, I just know.
True.
I just know.
It's one of those. No, and in MOBAs, so Annie was like my, because I've been playing off and on League for a really freaking long time. Initially, I did play support, so I played like Sona, Leona, characters like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Overwatch, same thing, supports. I went over that in episode 1 a little bit, but yeah. So it's the latter. It's the latter. I actually like helping people. Don't make me the star of the team. I'm gonna fold. I'm not gonna do good.
All right. I remember that. I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah. Oh, you're good. No, I was gonna jump to the next thing. I wanted to. We got the foundation of who y'all are, introduction to BBTAG and all that, and now we can kind of jump into specifics. So I think the thing that I'd be remiss not to mention is the obvious event that we had just a couple months ago. It's crazy how much time has passed, but the Project Tsukiyomi. So that was, first of all, in my opinion, I think it's the best BBTAG event that we've had all year. And like that's with saying that like Evo has just passed, which is an insanely like admirable thing for you two to have put that multi-continental or multi-continent tournament together with all these scenes and like everybody coming together. Like you see like NA and EU people in like the Latin America streams, you see Latin American people in the EU streams. It's just like a whole like melting pot of like the BBTAG community, and it was all community driven, grassroots. Like it was an absolutely amazing thing. I mean, like if it's not something afterwards or immediately afterwards that you guys weren't patting yourself on the back for, with Evo kind of behind us now, and in my opinion, I think I still hold that event in a higher regard than Evo. I would give you guys a pat on the back for sure now for just what you guys were able to execute, with it being your first tournament that you guys ran, no less. The only thing I could see that tournament being surpassed by is literally CEO, which like, of course, it's like the first freaking offline event back, and then like, yeah, I mean, that's a very high bar to set. So you guys should definitely feel proud of yourselves. And yeah, I just wanted to ask how you guys, with it being 2 months away now, how you guys generally felt about the event. And, I know a little bit of the story of what kind of how the event was brought up, but like planning for the event and just the general feelings towards the event as a whole.
I'll let Fade go this time for first, because I know like more or less most of it, but I want to see his perspective first.
Well, for me, I would say that most of the credit should go to Ian, because for me, I would say I was more of mostly a supporting role, because I knew that he wanted to do something for a very long time, but I just kept saying that he was just on the fence about it. Wasn't exactly sure how he was going to execute, and I was just like, you know what? If no one else is going to immediately try to help him out here, I'll just see what I can contribute. So it kind of just started on a whim, pretty much. He was pretty much behind all of the connections for it, the graphics, everything. Pretty much everything that you got to see wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for all of Eon's planning and just, I don't know, dedication for it. But I was just there to pretty much make sure everything ran smoothly behind the scenes. That was kind of my role. Making sure the bracket ran smoothly. If there were any problems with any of the other scenes, promoting it during the whole thing, I was just kind of making sure everyone knew all the information that was going on. But yeah, everything that was pretty much that you got to see was Eon. So
yeah. It's even funnier because like that same like weekend I got like my COVID-19 shot, and I was like I want to say I was like half asleep for like half the event. Like bro, like the first day, bro, I could not turn the tournament organized. I was dead. I was in my bed. I was like, I can't do this.
I remember that.
I was like, this COVID-19 shot got hands. Damn.
Yep. I went into my shot personally just saying like what everybody else says, this COVID-19 shot, it ain't shit. And then next thing you know.
But well, for me, I felt really good about the event. I like got inspiration because I saw like Chick Zama's tournament like for like CF, right? And I was like, this tournament's really cool, and it'd be cool if BBTAG had something like this. And I was like, well, I'm not sure if anyone else is gonna like do anything, right? So I was like, let me attempt to do something. And I was like, when I made that tweet, I was like, there's no going back now. I'm gonna try to do something, right? And that's when I did all that planning and stuff. And I want to say like I didn't really like, since I was already like, I guess quote unquote popular, I could like talk to people and like just get my feet out there and really ask. So I like, first thing I did, right, was I'm already friends with like some of the community leaders in like the Argentina scene and like Brazil scene. So I already asked them and asked if they wanted to join us, and they said yes. And I was like, all right, cool. Then I went to EU and asked their one of their people, and actually he's the one who actually helped me program like the bracket, like the graphics.
Was
like
it Cephirius?
Not Cephirius. It was damn, I don't remember his name, but he's basically the one who like programmed the bracket so that it could like animate, right?
It was Sen, like SENP. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember his name, but it was Killer. It was Killer Obite. Yeah. He's a programmer.
The graphics then.
Yeah. The graphics was done by actually someone from the Argentina scene named Dad. He I actually like asked him because I've seen him do BBTAG graphics for like a while now, and I was like, man, this is like really good stuff, bro. Like this is crazy good. And that's when I asked him to help with the event, and I gave some base ideas, and that's how we got started with that. And Tsukiyomi was like, so the reason it's all project, right, is because I'm testing this out. I don't know how it's going to go, right? So I was like, Tsukiyomi makes sense, right? And then the Tsukiyomi part is just because that's what I based the whole like icon and theme of the event around. See, like how there's rose petals and stuff, and like the moon. Like it's full moon, crescent moon, all that stuff. Like plus my name has crescent in it already, right? So I just thought it'd be neat to do all that stuff, right? So, and unironically, I'm not like great at planning. I'm actually not. I just kind of like tried really hard for that event. So I like after work, I was immediately talking to people, like immediately getting connections, telling people, trying to get time set up, schedule set up, asking if people can commentate, all this stuff, right? And yeah. I'm glad the event went really well because I like Tsukiyomi too. It's gonna happen, and I'm also like super late on this news, but we're officially partnered with Matcherino.
Snap!
Yeah,
Congratulations!
Yep. So we have our own code, and I still haven't done like the whole, thing to do it because I literally put it off. But I'm gonna do that stuff soon. Fill out all that stuff so we can get officially partnered and have our own code and stuff. But Project Twokiyomi 2 is gonna happen soon. I want to say like I'm gonna try to shoot for before CEO, just so people have an event to prep for. So I'm trying to do that, and it's gonna be really exciting. I'm not sure how the trailer's gonna be this time around because like Doug did a really good job on the first trailer.
Oh, Doug killed that. Like that trailer was fantastic.
That trailer was so hype. Even if you put a clip of me getting robbed by Days, it's fine. It's fine. But that was really good. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I like the event, and I'm glad that I was able to do something for my community because I love BBTAG, and if I can keep supporting it in any way possible, I keep doing it. So.
For sure. That's some exciting news. That's something I had written down of asking if a project Tsukiyomi 2 was like something that you guys had in mind. I didn't want to put any pressure. I was going to phrase it like really general of like, is there like an idea of like possibly doing it? But I'm happy to hear that is like something to possibly look forward to in the future. Like I would love for it to happen again. I do have an important question about it though. And like, don't leave the call when I ask this, but can I know the thoughts of rebranding the second Project Tsukiyomi and calling it Project Twokiyomi? Get it? Because it's like it's the second Project Tsukiyomi.
Holy shit!
So you can call it.
Bro,
I support this decision.
Bro, bro, I trusted you. I trusted you.
I think all I hear is that there's 2 out of 3 people in this call that think it's a good idea. That is the majority. That is the majority.
Bro, man, I knew what I heard. Don't leave the call. I was like, this is already about to be bad. It's about to be horrible. Like, oh my, okay, all right.
Atkins, my goat.
I can't remember. I do remember what it was. There was shout outs to Lon Lily and our commentary for West Coast. There was a term that Lon said that actually prompted Eon out of his Pfizer slumber to join the call and say, like, what did you just say? It was like Mustache Villain that was playing. Shout out to Mustache Villain. He did freaking insane in our bracket. He got like 9th place. But like Teddy died and Lon was like, the Teddy is Deddy, and Eon is like had enough. He popped in the call and he was like, yo, what did you just say?
Bro, I was like, bro, what the fuck did you? I was like, bro, what is wrong with you? Don't make bad jokes. Oh my god. Lon, he's so funny, man.
Lon is great. He's one of my favorite people to commentate with. Mostly, like, a lot of it is true because we just commentated so much, but he's also just like, in terms of an ideal commentary partner, I feel like we fill each other's gaps just perfectly. Their energy matches. He gets super hype. I get super hype. I love commentating with Lon. He's fantastic. He comes off with some zingers. He's funny.
Yes, sir. I agree. Let's go.
But yeah, okay. So Project Tsukiyomi, potential Project Twokiyomi. Hold it. It's gonna happen. But let's get into. We've covered the specifics of BBTAG, how you guys got into it, what you guys have done with it. Project Tsukiyomi was huge. Let's get into after Tsukiyomi, because like Tsukiyomi 2 is the thing, but you guys have a whole bunch of other stuff going on, and this was like another reason that I want you guys on the podcast, because you two are people within the BBTAG community that fit multiple roles. So you guys are, I feel like when people are in a community, they feel like the need to just like be in that one role and be maybe really good in that one role and be kind of shy of branching off to other roles. But having that, you know, flexibility is really cool. And I feel like you two are both good at that, because you guys are both like TOs, you're both content creators. And then you guys also have the solid stems of you guys are players above all else as well. You guys, you know, you love playing the game and competing in the game. I think that's fantastic. Yeah, juggling all of those roles is not easy. But yeah, you guys have both had like a few things that you guys have been kind of diving into after Tsukiyomi. Starting with you, Eon, you've been on a little bit like of a content train. And so this is kind of jumping back to when we were mentioning CEO Taku earlier, because I ended up watching a couple of your videos on YouTube. And I thought that I did really like the Blake Milia comparison video, and like comparing like BBTAG and like GG Strive mechanics of like your mindset of how you get to prepare for approaching either one of those characters or those game engines. But I thought the CEO Taku 2019 preparation video was super interesting because one, it was really interesting for me because that tournament just personally happened at a time where I was like kind of detached from the FGC. I don't even know if I've actually watched that top 8 before. I just don't know a lot about the tournament. So it was cool in the sense of just like learning it from your perspective, that being like one of your first tournaments, because you told me that you went to Climax Night 2018 as well. But just
yeah, that's like my second tournament.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, that tournament was stacked as hell. So, like, you're freaking
bro. I'm not. Bro, that tournament was ridiculous, bro. I had to fight Brose round 1. I was like, what is this? Like, right. What is this? This is the second time I'm fighting a Yosei round 1, and I swear to God, if I have to fight Faded round 1 and CEO, I'm gonna scream. Like that's just the curse. Like it's happened twice now, so I'm really hoping I don't fight a Yosei round 1 again. I'm going to scream.
Well, you're almost taking the words out of my mouth of what my next question was going to be, because like you even went on to say that CEO Taku 2019 had a more threatening presence at bracket than Arc Revo 2020, which is a huge statement to make, because even Arc Revo 2020 was stacked. But when you said that statement initially in the video, and I was like, what? And you broke it down, and I saw who was in your bracket. You got like Base, Dorievis, Razo, yourself, and Broski. And I'm just like, I get it. But like,
I mean, I was just being real. Like, I personally feel like CEO Taku was like a harder bracket because at that time, like, everyone was playing. Like, every single person was playing. Like, there's people that I know in my like local area, right, that playing the game that are really good. Like, at that time, there were a lot of players that are playing that you don't see nowadays anymore because they moved on to other games or they just don't play on Netplay as much. But it was a very, very challenging turn. Like, Kilo was playing the game. Like, you probably don't even know who he is, but he was a really strong S-Wall player. Nitro was playing the game, really strong 9 player at the time. I just really think that tournament was like hard. One of the hardest tournaments, outside of like Arc Revo like that year, right? Arc Revo that year too. But like, I just don't like Arc Revo 2020 wasn't like as like challenging because like it felt like obviously there's definitely you're not gonna see everyone, right? I saw Days into right,
right,
and I got like I got like 5th place in that. Yeah, I got fifth in that, right? And I was like, if this was like offline, right? I feel like that wouldn't have been like the outcome if I'm being completely honest with myself, because like that would have been like way more psyched, and like Tempest would have entered, Fame would have entered, a bunch of Base would have entered, like just a bunch of other names that could have entered that didn't. But that's why I personally feel like CEO Taku was like a lot more challenging than like CEO. So. But I mean, I'm not saying it was challenging at all, but it definitely just had its fair share. They both had their fair share of challenges, So
that's fair. Well, with that context in mind, and this is a question for both of you. So with that context in mind of how CEO Taku 2019 felt and experiencing Arc Revo 2020 and knowing the context and the insight, and that's a really good I think that mindset that you have of like knowing the severity of the Arc Revo 2020 bracket in comparison to what it could be if it was offline is pretty I don't know what the word I want to use. I kind of want to say mature. I guess mature is the best word to use, of just like knowing of like, yeah, this is a cool placement and I'm proud of this placement, but I do know that there's even more work to do because if this was an offline bracket, there's these killers in this bracket and I need to be prepared for that. Leading off of that, how confident or how do you guys feel about in a perfect world where CEO is happening, cross my fingers, how do you guys feel about CEO 2021 going into that tournament?
Okay, for me, I don't feel the most confident for that, because especially with like the characters that I play, the practice that I get online is very different than what would be offline. And also, I've never played offline, not once.
Ooh, I see.
I don't have anyone to play with. Like, I don't even have like a sibling to play with, really, because I have a younger sister, but she doesn't really play games. I don't have any type of scene out here. The most I have is like a couple of friends from school that kind of play, but they mostly just play Smash. So yeah, I don't really have anything outside of online. And like last year, the position I was in, I couldn't really play online at all.
Oh wow.
I couldn't enter that many tournaments, which is why you probably knew me as a stream monster, because I could not enter. I had so much going on. But one thing I will say is that I've always, well, the stream monster thing is kind of true, because I've always been in, like, I have watched pretty much everything that I could for this game. I've watched like every major tournament. I've watched like KidX from 2019, I think. Like small locals. I used to watch offline WNF like every time. Especially when Awu used to go.
Right.
Because of course, the person who taught me the game, of course, I'm gonna watch and support the Dappners. But I would watch like every online tournament, anything I could see in terms of footage, try to improve myself. And also, I played a lot in online tournaments for Switch Tag at the time. Like for 1.5, I was a switch tag player.
Okay.
I entered so many things. I didn't do crazy well then, but I was definitely starting to get better because I would make like second, third. I've never actually won anything yet, but
Same.
all right, Ian.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I feel confident in my knowledge of the game and my characters. It's just that practice in especially in bracket. I feel like my results in bracket are just not reflective of what I actually can do. But
yeah, it's tough because like there's like I mean there's multiple things in play for you. I mean it would be like your first time playing offline. I feel like another thing that makes like the potential CEO 2021 bracket so tough is kind of like that unification I was talking about earlier. Like, oh crap, what the hell? Anyways, there's like there's not. I don't feel like on a potential CEO 2021 bracket there's going to be a lot of names that I don't know. Like just with the online tournaments that we've had, the context of players we know from BBTAG past, BBTAG present, like if I'm looking at a potential CEO 2021 bracket, I'm going to know a good amount of information about pretty much every name that I see within that bracket, but all of those people will also know a good amount of information about like me. So like if you're looking at the perspective of like Eon going to the CEO Taku 2019 bracket, right, there are obviously the names that they knew of, like Daystor, Avis, Razo, you know, yada yada yada, but there's like some faces that they probably didn't know, like people like in like first round matches and things like that, to where you just like, I don't know who this is. I almost feel like if there was like a bracket that just came out right now, seeded and whatnot, like there would be 99% of players in my pool just like I've heard of, and I feel like that's the case for a lot of people, just with how interconnected the community is now. Like,
yeah, definitely. Especially there's so much going on now. Well, it kind of died down recently, but like there are so many strong players that I'm just now figuring out about, especially like. The thing that I'm doing now with the Switch Tag tournaments, there are so many strong players that if they were to go as well, like, I don't know, I'm just trying to get to know as much as I can about the scene again, so at least I'll have that kind of knowledge for CEO.
I feel that.
Yeah. For me, I'm not like, if I'm gonna be like real, like after like Arc Revel like 2020. I kind of like slowed down in terms of like the BB tag grind, because like I had a group I used to play with like all the time, full of literally nothing but strong players. Like I imagine like playing Marvin like every day. That was me.
Damn.
I literally played him like all the time. So I had a lot of strong people to like consistently play. So that's what kept me playing and like kept me in, you know, trying to improve myself. But I want to say like March of this year, I kind of like slowed down and just like I decided like take like I wouldn't say a break. I just did other things because I was like Strive's gonna come soon, so and I don't really feel like I'm improving right now. So let me just like, you know, do other things, and I discovered RPGs. So then I came back a little bit for like after Tsukiyomi to actually enter tournaments and stuff. In doing a lot of other things to improve myself, and I feel like if I'm gonna like actually do well at that event, I have to like really grind these next couple of months. So because recently I've been playing user a lot more because I feel like I mean first of all I've been told
that.
Oh
yeah, Faded told me that, and I was like, I'll try. So I started playing her more, and she definitely worked. I feel like she fits what I want to do in terms of like just like overall aesthetic and like how I want to play. It's just like Yumi feels like the partner role a lot better in terms of like the Oki, the overall neutral control, and how I want to approach it. So I just kind of use them in different situations. So
that makes complete sense, because like Yumi is a fantastic enabler if you're putting on the right team, and like Blake Yumi is obviously a very strong team. But if you're looking for like something that's gonna work, have some synergy, but also fit that playstyle, what you do like and qualities you like about Blake, you know, you like the mid-range control, you like the movement, and having two characters that could both fit that niche, the Blake Yuzu comp makes 100% sense.
Yeah, but yeah, plus in like 1.3, that team was fucking broken, but
Yuzu of the past, man. My God.
Yeah, man. Like the team still has a lot of synergy. It's just like it's really, really hard to play. Like that shit is like dumb hard to play. So that's what like kind of stopped me from like trying to play, because I was like, why would I play this if I can just play Yumi? And I was like, nah, let me just play what I enjoy. So that's what I've been doing recently. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get Faded to grind. You're going to grind, buddy. I'm not gonna let you play. All right?
I've been doing that. I've been waiting for you.
Nah, you got grind more. Oh, he said he's been waiting for you.
Well, yeah, that's true. But guess what? I'm starting streaming again, and we're gonna start grinding, buddy. All right.
I'm doing.
Okay. Well, that conversation was spurred from Eon's content, so keep it up with the YouTube, looking for more videos. Also, definitely keep it up with the streams. I kind of spurred past that because we got into a CEO conversation, but your streams have been popping. Hoping for more success there, because those have been great. You've had like big numbers, so definitely hoping for more of that.
Yeah, I've had some interesting numbers. Like before, like I want to say, like before, like actually, like I don't know, like actually got into streaming in general. I used to get like maybe like 5, 6 people, right? And nowadays I have like a consistent like 20 to like 15 to 20 to like 25 people just watching, and like Cope is usually there. Like she's one of my mods, and so is Monkey, right? So like,
it's your mod team.
Yeah, my team is fucking toxic. They're very toxic. I'm glad I have Meta, Faded, and like well, yeah, those two in specific are like the good mods. They're the people who save the people getting banned by like Monkey, you know.
I had to have the personal encounter with the mod team. I had heard about the mod team, but when I was in the stream, I wasn't even thinking of the mod team. I like just finished playing Cake, and I said GG's, and I queued up for another match, and I like checked the chat, and I was like, I got shot. I just literally, like, while the other match was loading, I was like, I got shot. And I was like, it's probably a temporary shot. By the time the match is over, you know, it'll be removed. And I'm like looking at the chat, and like, no one even, not only did I get shot, but no one noticed that I got shot. So like, I'm just looking at it, I'm just like, what the hell just happened?
but that's crazy, because I think Monkey came in, he just shows up and shoots. Like, he literally just shows up and shoots. And I told Cope, like, I was like, hey, so you're like, you're half evil, half good. I need you to free Atkins, bro, please. And she did it. So yeah. I upload. I actually have some videos coming out soon. Because you know, Faded also edits my videos, as you can tell. I also have Meta making the thumbnails and stuff. So I have some more videos coming up, and a bunch more that I'm gonna upload. I'm gonna try to get consistent and really, you know, get an audience, grow an audience. So like, you know, because I see people out here streaming Shive and have like fucking like 1,000 people in that team. I see that, like, that one's a great example of a streamer that just came up. Like, he really has been working hard, and he gets like a lot of numbers, and I want to do the same thing too. So I'm gonna try to get there. So
I feel that. Feel that. Well, yeah, jumping over to the other side of things, Faded, you just recently started your Switch Tag tournament series. There was a couple of questions that I had around that, but knowing the context now that you kind of came up a bit in Switch Tag gives me a little bit more context. To say the name of the tournament, Trial of the Sky, which has been super fun to watch and play in, because I played in the first one.
Oh god,
that was so the whole thing around that was just like I saw Faded was having a tournament. Usually on Saturdays I'm gone, because Saturday is actually the day of my local. But I had work that day. I can't go to the local when I work because it overlaps my hours. It just happened to be the day of Faded's first tournament. I was like, Faded supports a lot of my stuff, and I really appreciate that. I'm just like, I'm just gonna enter this tournament. I did not expect to win, because like that was actually the first time I beat Ryazo in a long time. Because like Ryazo had like beaten me mad times before that, and so it's just like, okay, I didn't expect this, but that's cool, I guess. But I was more so excited like the Trials of the Sky tournament, which has been super cool. You know, I was gonna ask how that came to be. If you want to go into that a little bit more, you can. But just how have you felt about it so far? Now that you have like 3 under your belt.
Yeah, it's been extremely fun. Like, really, the reason I did start it was because a lot of my friends, like I mentioned earlier, Copy, a lot of his friends, Wowza, a lot of people I've met through Twitter interactions.
Copycat from Twitter?
What? Yeah, Copycat from Twitter. Yes. A lot of that, I just realized, like, they don't have any type of scene right now. Like, C-Dub was running it for a very long while, and those were definitely really good. But I realized that back from when I used to play in Switch, which was a long while ago, because Awu was also originally from Switch.
I did not know that. Huh.
Yeah. He was a Switch type player because he didn't have a PS4 at the time.
Okay.
So, learning from him, I naturally progressed into playing with more Switch tag, entering tournaments on that. And so when I eventually left that to go play more on PS4, because that's where a lot of the competition was, eventually I guess Switch tag kind of died out. Like, a lot of the tournaments, because Kyo used to run them.
Yes.
Kyo used to run them.
I did know that. Kyo and Massive, shout out to them.
Yeah. Once I realized that they stopped running them, there were no, the monthlies stopped, I was just like, like, they don't really have much of anything, but I keep hearing about all these strong players from Switch, like, Jack always shows Switch tag, because he's also a Switch tag player. I was like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. Why not? And it's doing amazingly right now. It gets a lot of players, and the competition is ridiculous. So I'm definitely thinking of doing this for a long while.
That's great.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's what's up. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to future installments of it. And like the Switch tag community, it's such a niche and like very interesting thing, because it's like and I don't mean this in like a disregarding type of way. It's almost like a sub community within the community, just for like the categorization of it, right? Because it's like Switch tag in itself is kind of like its own community, and I didn't really get to realize this fully until like kind of like the February-March time frame, and it was like the time frame in which Guzman was taking a break, because like literally my week by week before that time frame was always like Wednesday I got WNF, Friday I have BB Tag and Chill, Saturday I have PC Tag and Chill, and I don't interact with anything else, right? But when Fridays and Saturdays freed up, because Guzman was taking a break, I was just like, shit, what do I do now? And so like that just happened to be the exact time that C-Dub was starting up the exhibitions for Switch tag, and I'm like, what is this? Like, who are these players? Like, I was watching that week by week. It was perfect entertainment for a while I was at work, and I was just like, there's like players here I've never heard of that are like really good. Like, that's when I first learned about I don't think that's when I first learned about Jack. I think I knew about Jack before that, but I first learned about Potion. Potion is like OD. I learned about I think I learned about Essie through those tournaments. Wrath Silk, who just won your Trial of the Sky tournament. I've been rooting for Wrath Silk for a really long time, because like Wrath Silk is like, he seems like a really humble player who just like genuinely wants to get better, and like they always post the results on Twitter. It's like, I'll get them next time. It's like really driven. So like that storyline was super sick. I wasn't able to watch the stream live because I was busy yesterday. But when I saw that he won before I went to sleep outside, I gotta watch the VOD. How did it happen? So, but yeah, Switch tag is definitely dope. But I'm glad that they have a tournament that's hosted by you by week just so like they have a home.
Yeah, it's so cool just being able to interact. I want to interact with them more. I want to see what else I can do. I have plans to expand a little bit more. I want to try like open lobbies, stuff like that. Basically build a bigger community on that scene. Yeah.
This man told me to like join open lobbies because they don't fight me, and I'm like, all right.
Yep.
I mean, you were a part of the finals for the recent Trial of the Sky.
Oh yeah, I did come to that.
How are you just gonna invade the tournament and beat the champion and then leave? Just not explain further. Just not elaborate further.
Bro, hey man, I just bro, you said thug finals, and I was like, all right, bet I'm a thug.
That was Jag. That was not on me. I was only planning on doing the thug finals to make my commentators commentate a Yosuke mirror, but
oh my god. Oh my god.
That was the 2 where you had to fight Jack for the Jag cast, right? That was, oh my god, the lore. Well, look,
I will not apologize to Mito and Jag for that. They have to hold that.
They had it coming, but their commentary was freak. I was rolling. Their commentary was super cursed on that trial of the sky too. But yeah, we're running a bit longer than I anticipated, and I want to make sure, because I do have a section here that I have completely ironed out for specifically YouTube that I want to make sure that I get to before we close out the podcast. So I'm skipping to it. There's some stuff I had written down, which is a good thing. This has been a great conversation, but there's something that we have to do. So, are you guys familiar with the show Hot Ones on YouTube? Yeah, like
I'm actually like uncultured as fuck, so no.
You're good.
Have you seen like those memes where they eat the hot wings and then they'll just
Idris Elba?
Yeah, he's coming. He's in Sonic movie 2 now.
Yeah, he's Knuckles.
Yeah, those are hilarious.
Okay, well they have a section on Hot Ones from time to time, depending on the guest that they have, called Explain That Gram. And like Explain That Gram is basically like they go through the guest's Instagram and they just pull up photos and they have whoever the guest is explain what's going on with the photos. And so like I have you two here today. I'm on Twitter. And when I scroll through the timeline, I see all types of stuff. I see people's retweets. I see people's tweets. I see media. And like, y'all, it's no secret. Y'all are the youth. I need the youth to explain to me some of the stuff that appears on my timeline. And I have five images here, right? That originate from YouTube, mind you. Images that you two have posted. I just want some context. I want you guys to explain that media, all right?
All right.
That's it. Okay. So, and for the context of the people that are on Spotify and SoundCloud, look, you could check the YouTube video for reference to this, but fear not. I feel that Eon and Faded, I'm putting a lot of pressure on them now because we're pretty much going to have to describe what they see on the screen to the people that are also listening and don't have a visual. So just, try to imagine what's on the screen right now as we pull up the first image. So Eon and Faded, I need some context around this. What was the origin of this? Why was this posted? What does this image mean?
Holy shit.
Okay. This is a legendary image.
This image is not like...
So how do you describe this one? Actually, Eon, you should be able to take this one, I think. Because this is exactly your humor.
Holy okay, alright. Okay, well. So the like context behind this image, right? So some people be acting like they be acting like crazy. Like they be like acting like, oh man, this girl. I'm like, damn, where's your dad at? Right? I'm like, where is your dad, bro?
Wow.
Did he go to the store and like get the milk, walk out the store, and go on someone else's house? Did he do that? I'd be wondering sometimes. I'm like, I literally, bro. Every time Radiance makes a tweet, I'm like, I'm gonna post this.
Radiance.
This is a
Radiance.
Yeah, bro. I was, yeah. So if you act like a certain way that makes it seem like you don't have a father, I'm posting that image, and I'm going to put LOL in caps.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I suppose that gives me a bit more context. I appreciate the explanation. For those that are listening, it's an image that has a child on the left-hand side, a unidentifiable male figure on the right-hand side that just got Thanos snapped, and the child on the left-hand side seemingly logging for them, and in impact text it says fatherless behavior, and I see that on the timeline all the time. It makes me laugh. It makes me feel bad for laughing every time I see it.
Yeah, bro, where's your dad, bro? Where is your dad?
It is. Y'all be wildin'. Okay, that's one image down. I have 4 more to go.
Okay.
Image number 2.
Yes.
Okay.
My
This
goat.
one, yeah, I know this one.
Goat. Okay.
I know this one. Okay, I let Faded get this one.
Swords. That's it. That's the tweet. Okay.
Because this is literally Faded, right? Isn't this Faded?
It's me.
This really is Faded. This really is Faded.
Okay, so if you've never heard of Shiro Day, just be prepared. That's all.
Yeah.
If you've seen Faded Day, if you've seen the Attack of the Fadeds, I don't know if you were around. Oh no, you did see that.
That's why this is here. There was a day where everyone was Faded the Dragon and had this freaking as their avatar.
Okay, this one's the different one. Okay, this one's different. I had a different profile picture for that one, but this is like that times 100.
Like that ass,
It's not our group. It's all of Twitter. That's
literally okay.
Like someone random was like, "Hey, let's make a day where we like celebrate Shiro and everyone switches their pray for the show, right?" And like, I remember that day. I was like showing on Twitter. I'm like, "Who the fuck is this?" And then I keep seeing people with the same profile picture, and I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?" I have to click on these names to figure out, bro, who are you? They just
must spread the fate agenda. My profile picture, you see Yosuke in this color palette. This isn't a color palette in the game. This is a fate color. Wow.
Oh my god. The Lord.
Yes.
This guy. Oh my god.
When is Shiro Day?
Oh man, this I forgot, but this
I'm not sure when it is. I feel like I'm not sure if it passed already or not.
It's fine. When it is happening, we'll all know because everyone's gonna have the freaking profile picture up anyways.
That's true. Yo,
that is true.
Okay. Image number 3.
Oh god.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I stole this image from either Rocks or Meta because they always have the legendary animal images. It's probably from Rocks.
Yeah, I've seen Rocks post this.
But this is just either enlightenment or something just happened to you and you just got owned. You just got owned, and you have to take a step back.
Personally, I look at it is they're on some edibles and they're not. They're spinning. They're spinning, bro. They spinning.
Yeah, I gotta have the Eon connotation. I thought it was just like you just you just encounter some cursed stuff, or just like really that you're just maybe not woke, but you're in another dimension for sure.
Yeah, bro. It's almost like you got sucked up.
Dude, because I remember Rock sent this when we were playing CF one time. And she was playing Bang, and this is how it felt to play Bang. That's what she said.
Yeah, but Bang do be zooming. He do be zooming.
That do be true. To explain for the listening audience, this is a image of a very blurry cat, possibly on the back of someone riding through some I don't honestly know how to explain this one. You'll want to check the YouTube, but it's a very blurry cat that's seen some shit. That's just basically what's going on there. Okay, so there's 3 images down. We're over halfway there. There's only 2 more. How much worse can it be? Image number 4.
Oh my god.
I have no idea. I've just seen this so many times.
I've been seeing this. So this goes beyond you guys. I've seen this guy all over the place, but I don't know who he is. Like, who is this?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know who this is, but I use this image whenever I post it because I'm like, whenever someone like uploads a tweet, and I'm like, wait, didn't they say this? I just put that image. I'm like, I'm just around the corner smiling. I'm like, yeah.
This must be what you send when you're lurking.
Yes. Every time I'm lurking, I'm like, I'm secretly making that face at you. Secretly.
I feel like this is something like Jiv or something would send.
Yeah, Jiv would send this. Yes.
Has some Jiv energy to it. Yeah, I just like I said, I saw this image outside of the context of y'all. Like I've seen this image a lot over like the past few weeks or so. I just like I did not know the origin. So like I just wanted to know. It's a mad funny image. Every time I've seen that laugh, I was like, I need context.
That dude is so dark.
He is. Man.
Oh my god.
For the listening audience, it's just some dude. He's creeping behind the. It's just some dude creeping behind the corner smirking.
He's peeking out of the corner like, "Ayo, I'm here. What's up?"
This is the Blake player about to steal your cab.
Hold on. I don't steal cabs. I steal women.
So that's where the Jaguar Potato titles are coming from.
But
all his NTR protagonists.
Oh wait, he did call me NTR. Oh shit, I remember that. Well, hey, wait, being an NTR protagonist.
No, we don't.
Hey, man, being an NTR protagonist isn't the worst thing in the world, but I'm not gonna.
We don't have to do this. We don't have to do this.
We don't have to do this.
We really don't have to do this. Okay, look, there's one more image left. I really, really want to know the context behind this one. Please, if you can.
Okay. Oh my god!
What is happening here?
This is the most powerful image in my photo gallery.
Holy shit!
I love this. Okay, first of all, I want to point out there was something I didn't even notice. Like the first few times I saw this image, there's a whole second dog in the corner of this image.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. That dog ain't playing games, bro. You say some out of pocket shit, bro. It's over for you, bro.
True.
First, to explain the name at the top should be the geezer.
Yeah.
Have you seen those videos where they'll change the names of characters to like very I don't even know how to explain it, but like like how do you explain it? Just add the N word, or
okay.
Just
I'm catching what you're throwing here.
Really, something that is a really ghetto name or something like that.
Oh, you're talking about those TikToks.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
yes.
Wait. I know exactly what you're talking about. There's like a Dragon Ball one. Yeah.
Yes, the Dragon Ball one.
Yes.
And okay, the person who sent this is IB. This is IB. Let IB sleep.
Oh, okay.
And the reason that he is named Drippy Geezer is because that is the role he has been playing the last couple of months. He will just randomly call people monkey.
Yeah, bro.
I see.
He called me a monkey yesterday. He called me a monkey yesterday in VC. I was like, bro.
We have no idea how this started, but he will just randomly call people monkey.
All right.
And I was like, you know what? I saw the video. I was like, who called this IB?
IB is problematic, bro.
That's problematic, bro. Oh my god.
I don't remember what he was reacting to, but he sent this as a reaction image. The dog with the knife. This is so powerful.
It's way too powerful. I'm like, bro. If I saw a dog in the hood, I'd be out of there. I'd run. If I see this dog in the hood, it's over.
He is the leader of so many gangs. He is the leader of everything.
Really?
It's not wrong.
Yep.
To explain to the listening audience, what's the YouTube vibe? I'm not explaining this one, bro.
I can explain it. So audience, see, the image is a dog, right? And they have a knife in their hand. They have a knife, like it's pointing to the ground, and it's like a sword, right? They have a knife ready, and they're looking at you like you're fucking crazy, right? And then there's another dog on the right side, bro, and he's also peek. He's like, "Hey, yo, you see her with that, right? You see her with that knife, right? You best watch out, right?" So that's basically the image. And all I want to say is, if you see this dog anywhere on the street, please run.
Please run.
The dog about to end your whole argument with your mom joke.
They really are.
I would not mess with that dog, but
I'm not.
Man, well, first thing I want to say is thank you guys, because like I saw the time, and I'm just gonna keep it real. We're running a bit over. We're like at an hour and a half right now, but I could not let us end the podcast without getting to that section.
Did we miss any sections? Or
something's kind of already been answered. It was a question I asked Scrub and Lon at the end as well. It's like, is there any other games that you guys are playing currently outside of fighting games, or other fighting games, like just anything? Pokemon Unite, Genshin Impact?
No.
Okay. Well, at my PvP and I literally showed you Antu's what enters my thing.
Oh, so that's actually the biggest thing that I needed to ask. I don't actually know who your PFP is. Who is that?
That is she's gonna reminisce. She is my favorite character right now, because she literally embodies literally every like design feature I like literally like the whole Eastern style clothes, the sword, the white hair, the bow, like that. This is literally my character. Like this, she is my character. So I literally have like, but she has my wallet.
What is she from?
She's from Trails. You should play that series. She's from Trails. Just please play that series. The game is really fun. It's it builds off of world building, so you'll be interconnected with all the characters that you see. So it's a really cool game. I try to shill it, but people are stubborn as fuck. So it's fine.
Aren't there like 8 Trails games and they all have different pro tags?
There's like around like 9 Trails games, and there's 3 pro tags at the moment. There's a new one coming out in next month, the same day as Multi. So yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah, they all have different protagonists. Yeah, so it's just a really. I think people should just try the game. I keep trying to get Faded on this shit, but he's
I guess I'll try it.
I will literally I will stream the game just for you.
I'm surprised you didn't say anything about Genshin yet.
Oh, I mean, I obviously play Genshin. I've been on the Ayaka simp chain, as you know. Also, the Tsukiyomi ship chain. You already know about that. I'm gonna keep it real. Fuck Yomiya.
That's crazy. Crazy.
I tried so hard not to get here. What do you have against her? I tried so hard not to get here. You just had to do it.
It's spite. Bro, it's been building up.
Yeah, bro. I literally I remember when people were hating on me for watching Ganyu and stuff, and I was like, all right,
what
bet.
did I do to you?
I was like, bet, and I Hootell hate too. I was like, all right, bet. When I see another character, I'm gonna slander the out of them. Like that's why I've been slandering Mona and Yomi. Like, fuck fuck Yomi.
It's spite. You don't actually feel that violent. It's fueled by spite.
Yes, yeah. I think Yomiya is fine. I don't really have any actual problems. I just think her gameplay isn't very fun to me personally. But other than that, she's fine. She's fine. I'm just a salty ass person. I'm just really salty about the shit I got. So
I can respect the pettiness, because I wanted to mention Genshin and I wanted to keep it super positive. I was like, what character? The notes written down is what characters do you like? Because I did not want to talk about Yomiya, because I've been getting triggered, bro. Tweets silently lurking in the back about the Yomiya slander. I was just like, this dude.
Let's go.
But hearing that it's out of spite and the reasoning around it, I can respect the pettiness. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm just petty. I don't actually hate her. She's cool. She's fine. I'm not a huge fan of her gameplay though. That's all. It's fine though, because people are about to shit on Tsukiyomi. It's fine. People are about to literally take a dump on her. So
it's just the Genshin life cycle. This is why I keep to only my friends with this. I don't go to Twitter.
Genshin's a dangerous path altogether.
Well, see, your problem is you're not openly horny like me.
I'm not. I'm hella not. No.
I'm just letting you know. I'll let people know that I like this character, and if you don't like her, we're throwing hands. I have hands. I have hands, bro. I've played sports. I have hands.
Look, I respect others' opinions. Until it crosses the line. When it crosses the line, then I gotta step in and be like, look, we could talk this out. What is your issue?
Let's go.
Okay.
And as for other games for me, I've been just trying to experiment with a bunch of other fighting games. I've been playing a bit of Dragon Ball FighterZ after the patch.
Oh yeah.
Rox is going to hate me now because she's been trying to get me to play this character for so long, and I was so adamant about not doing it that I've gone back to GGST for casually playing Axel. This is already this is a bad path. I don't want to continue doing this. But Melty Blood's around the corner. I'm so hyped to get away from this. And what else? I mean, I've been playing a bit of Pokemon Unite with like Eon and a couple of others with like Meta Jag and stuff. I'm just really hyped for Melty. I'm
very hyped for Melty. I'm like insanely hyped for Melty. In fact, like from the last time that it was mentioned on the podcast with Scrub and Lon, that was like a month. Melty's kind of like going nuts with like announcement trailers and stuff. There's like something new literally like every week. So it's literally just been a month ago since I last talked about Melty here, and like look at all these characters that are like on the roster now. Like it's basically doubled.
My girl is so hot, but I'm not gonna say anything other than that.
Can I guess?
My
guess was Akira.
Oh, is it Kohaku or is it Kohaku or is it Akira?
I mean, what do you think, Atkins? I mean, this should be free.
My guess was Akira.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I love Akira. She's so cool.
Yeah.
She's so
you said a little bit about both, but for me, right now, since Alco isn't announced yet, and I'm so sad, but Shiki, 100%, he looks so cool. He's lost.
He do be dripped out.
I mean, of course, like him. I was gonna say something, but it's too powerful.
I mean, he's just Shiro instead of with a sword, he just has a knife.
Could be shanking people.
I mean, he's basically the same. It's the same character, and I am completely okay with this.
All right, when I mix, you don't say anything.
But
gonna be smooth.
I'll wait for that then.
Yeah, there's been a lot of do I disclose the? I'll keep it really brief. My journey of figuring out my multi-blood main and character and who I plan on playing. Briefly. So like. As I said, since the last time we talked about this, like the cast has been ironed out a bit more. There's actually a character slot that isn't shown on the main website, which is the maids, the Kohaku and Hisui played together. And when that trailer dropped, I was like, dude, I want to do this. I want to play the maids. This looks like mad fun. It's kind of like BBTAG-ish. So I popped on the good old current code, multi-blood actress game current code, to lab out the maids. So I'm figuring out what they got. And it was pretty fun, but like one thing that I realized is that as I'm labbing out the maids, I'm playing way more Kohaku than Hisui. Like I'm looking at way more Kohaku stuff than I am Hisui, and I'm like, I think I'm just a Kohaku player. I think I'm literally just gonna play Kohaku. So I kind of landed on that ideology. I literally did that the night that the maids trailer dropped. And so going to bed, I was like, all right, I'll probably just play Kohaku. But I don't know anything about Melty lore. And so I was like, yo, like, what is going on with Melty? Like, what is going on with the maids? Why is Kohaku so happy? And so I learned the lore, and this is where I'm going to cut the story short and just say I can never lose a game with Kohaku. If I lose a game with Kohaku, I'm gonna cry on sight. Like that character doesn't deserve to lose anything in her life.
I'm planning on playing Tsukiyomi soon, so I'm interested,
bro.
In this.
I should do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I won't spoil anything. I won't say anything. It's just the maids. I wish I didn't know. Holy crap.
It's gonna be a Lon situation where if you see Kohaku die on screen, like if you see her on stream and she loses, you're gonna be in shambles.
Bro, I will cry. There will be a single tear coming down. It's not real. Like she does not deserve to lose. She doesn't deserve to lose anything. Like it's y'all will learn and get back to me about what you find out in terms of multi lore. But
right. Is that why you have a Kohaku PFP now?
It is. That is why I have a Kohaku PFP now, because I'm committed. Unless Aoko is in and she's like lit, I'm pretty sure I'm playing Kohaku.
Yeah. Okay. I expect the commitment, just like me. I expect it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good amount. I think we've covered a good amount. We can go ahead and close things out. We have 2 recurring segments here at the Crackin Atkins Podcast, the CAP, and we'll get to the first one now. It's going to be the Shill Yoself section. We're going to be shilling whatever we got going on social media, maybe any events that are coming up, whatever you want to advertise here. This is your platform to do so. As always, going from left to right in terms of the order in which we do the shilling, which means I'm up first. What's up? What's good? It's Crackin. My name is Crackin Atkins. You can find me at twitter.com/Crackin Atkins, twitch.tv/Crackin Atkins, youtube.com/numbers and letters that don't make any sense, but just search Crackin Atkins on YouTube. I'll pop up eventually. And this is Crackin Atkins Podcast on Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube. I don't have much going on at the moment besides I actually will be traveling to a local a week from now. I'm going to Sacramento. I'm going to NorCal to play in Tag and Battle, so that's going to be super cool. Yeah, that's going to be exciting. I'm really excited to meet a whole bunch of tag players or stripe players there. That's happening this upcoming week. And not to give any spoilers or anything, because this is actually things that I haven't talked about with people yet, but the next episode should be a bit of a overview of that experience, and I'm hoping to have a couple of guests that can kind of share that experience with me on the podcast for episode 3.
Okay.
Ooh, some NorCal players, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't get to hear much about them.
Yeah.
So there's some interest. This is exactly why I want to have them on the pod, because I think there's 2 NorCals, if that makes any sense. There's like the Oakland-based NorCal, and there's like the Sacramento-based NorCal. And I think they're 2 completely different NorCals. Because I went to a NorCal local last year in Oakland, but Tag and Battle's in Sacramento, and it's a completely different batch of players. So like, wow. I want to learn a little bit more about the Sacramento side, because I think I know a little bit more about the Oakland side, but I want to know more about the Sacramento side. So that'll be cool. But that's all I have. Eon, go ahead and show yourself. What do you got going on?
So I'm upcoming content creator. I been uploading YouTube videos. I actually got some videos coming out soon if my editor gets to that sooner or later. My YouTube is Eon Crescent. You'll definitely find it. You can also just like look up like certain video titles such as like, how I prefer CL Talk 2019. You'll definitely find my channel there. I also have a Twitter that I'm not sure. Nah, you definitely want to follow, but I'm not sure if you want to see like the retweets. If you're about it, you're about it. If you're not, you're not. I respect it. But I post what I'm doing there all the time, so I'm very friendly, and it's a very nice experience, especially seeing very glorious and cultured art. So find me on YouTube. Find me on Twitter. Eon _ Crescent. And then let's see what else. Project Tsukiyomi 2 is gonna happen sooner or later. Some news about that will drop whenever I'm not lazy. Nothing much for me happening. I'm just kind of like I'm gonna have a local soon. So I'm gonna have like our first Savannah local, because we don't have locals out here, because it just sucks. So I'm gonna have my first local, and I'm gonna play Melty there. So it's gonna be like my first tournament with Akiha probably. So I'm gonna try to win that shit, because I need money outside of my job. So Other than that, I'm just like chilling, playing RPGs and grinding tag, making content. So I also have a Twitch, Eon Crescent too. Stream a lot of things there. We actually don't. I actually only stream BBTAG, but I'm gonna get into like streaming other things, such as like things I like, but that's for a different time. But that's all my stuff. But if you want to like watch some good content, some blatant gameplay of me flying around the screen and not robbing people for nothing, then come by. I'll greet you and I'll make sure you have a good time. So that's all from me. So next we have Faded here.
Okay, for me, I have my YouTube, FadedDragon. I upload not as much right now, but CMVs, AMVs. I also do content for like tutorial videos. Like, mostly around tag. Hopefully when Multi drops, I'll be doing some stuff with that as well. Also, I'm going to start uploading some of my VODs from Trials of the Sky, which is my Switch tag weekly. I'm doing that every week on Saturday. Not this week, though. I am going to... Well, by the time this comes out, this will have already passed, but C-Dubs will be going this time. So I am holding off on that, doing mine the week after, but then after that is just going to be a weekly. And I have a Twitch. FadedDragon, not Dad. Please. It's FadedDragon. And my Twitter, @FadedDragon, again. And that's pretty much it.
That's what's up. Thank you, FadedDragon. Faded the Dragon.
Oh my god.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Thank you both.
I hope you are.
Letting us know what's going on. Well, cool. That's the first recurring segment of the podcast, the last recurring segment of the podcast. Of course, we got to get into the captions section. All caps when you spell the section's name. So this is going to be a section where continuation of fleets that are gone. Rest in peace, fleets. It's almost been a month. We miss you, but I don't miss Koga's fleets. That is for sure. Or Shiki's. Jesus Christ. The cursed dimension. The cursed dimension. Meta, that was the last thing I'm not even going to go into that. I trusted him. I trusted him. I was foolish. I had no idea. Meta.
A mix.
I'm getting you on the pod for sure because we need to talk, young man.
Don't trust Ragnar players.
Anyways, the caption section is going to be a section where all three of us are going to be giving you either a song, artist, or album recommendation, or an anime or manga recommendation. And these recommendations do correlate to existing playlists. So for the My Anime list, we do have the captions playlist there. All right, let me pull up the browser.
I come prepared with an artist, but I had an anime in mind too, but I'll just, if I had to pick one or the other, I'll go with the artist.
Don't worry. We're going to be going left to right again, just like with the shills. But yeah, we got the Atkins CAPtions Spotify playlist right there. And then the Captions My Anime list. So be sure to check out the links. Wherever you're listening to this, the links should be in the description. So you can check those out if you want to follow along. Yeah, once again, going left to right. So I'll be leading off here with my caption, which one of them is actually a correction because K-Tronada 99.9%. There was a transition period where like I had the idea to make the playlist, but I didn't archive the albums that I had already fleeted about. So I went off of my memory to try to put as many of those albums on the playlist. And then on the Monday fleets, I was like, oh, okay, I'll just add them as I go from here on out. And I realized that this wasn't on the playlist, but I remember fleeting this. So I'm just going to add it. I'm just going to add it on the playlist now. It should be something that I already talked about. And the reason I realized that it wasn't on the playlist because the album that I do want to recommend is Pomo The Other Day, which is an EP, but we'll call it an album for this sake. That sounds very similar to K-Tronada 99.9%. This is a very Atkins album. It's kind of like house electronic filled, but with a little bit of funk elements to it. And it's just really freaking catchy. I was reminded of this album, ironically, through listening to a K-Tronada set. It was like a Boiler Room set from like 2014. And he played So Fine. And I was just like, damn, Pomo is mad good. I haven't put Pomo on the fleets yet, so I definitely got to put Pomo up there. But yeah, it's just super chill. I love stuff that's super chill that I can just play in the background of work and kind of like bob my head to it. Or good driving music as well. And Pomo The Other Day definitely fills that niche. Between Pomo The Other Day and K-Tronada 99.9%, K-Tronada is kind of like really high regard for me, which is why I have to put him back on the like freaking captions playlist because it's kind of a disservice that he's not there. But I talked about him before, so it's okay. But I would be putting both of those albums onto the Atkins CAPtions playlist, and that's going to fulfill my caption. And we'll be hopping over to Eon. So Eon, do you have well, you said that you have an anime. Do you have an anime or anything that you want to recommend?
Well, I'm not. I listen to music, but I'm not like very public about it because I don't know. I think the music I listen to is not what everyone else listens to. So, but if I had like some anime to recommend, so the anime I'd recommend personally is Bungo Stray Dogs. That anime is very very good. Has a very interesting plot, and the characters are fairly cool, especially a couple of them that you really see in the main story too. Yeah, it's a really good show, and it's been rated highly by most people. So, give it a shot. It's also another show, one of my favorite shows. Actually, my favorite show. Like, there's no like debate. There's no bit like this is my favorite show. Prince or Exorcist is it's one of my favorite shows. It has like 50 episodes, right? So you definitely will have a lot to watch. So that's one of the good things about it. Plus, the characters, the story, it builds off of like this area where you're in a time where Tokyo there's exorcists, right? And there's a whole like board or group of them, right? And the two main characters, right? They're special in a way because like they're destined to like give birth to like the ultimate exorcist, right? So what they're basically doing, right? They're training up to become stronger so that they don't have to like give birth to the ultimate exorcist. So
got it.
Yeah, show is very nice. It has 50 episodes. Characters, lots of characters that you'll definitely think cool. I think the designs, the openings in this slap, like straight up, they are insanely good. It's crazy. I'm talking about like it's insane. But yeah, that's like one of my favorite shows. Period. But I think the next show, our last show, I'd probably recommend would be let's see. So I'm gonna have to pull up my Crunchyroll list. Don't judge me.
Okay, that's not Crunchyroll.
No, Crunchyroll, right? Another show that I personally would recommend is Tokyo Revengers. I'm sure most people are watching that right now, but like it's a really good show. That show is like
ouch.
Why are you saying ouch?
I said vouch.
He said vouch. With V.
I was about to say, but
I did recommend this one to you.
Yeah. This show is really good. I love like the story. It's actually extremely interesting. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like when I first saw it, I was like, "This is just a bunch of boys." I'm good. I was just too horny at the time. And then like I gave it a shot because I was like, it might be cool. And then I'm just invested into the story and all the characters because like it really like gives you a different perspective because it's like anime about like schoolboys trying to be like punks in a gang, right? And like they actually run into a real gang that leads in Tokyo, right? And it's very interesting how like it is more to it because like there's some other stuff like about it, but like it's very interesting and it really like can capture your attention once you watch the first couple episodes because
definitely hard to not spoil because that's
super hard to not spoil. That's why I'm being very vague about it. But if you watch the show, I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it because the characters are OD. Like yo. Once you find a character named Mikey, you'll know what I mean. That he is the rawest person I've ever seen in my life.
Is this Mikey?
Yes.
Because isn't this literally Faded's like Discord picture?
It was before. I've changed it to another character in the series, but yes.
I see.
Mikey so OD, but yes, very good show. But heading over to Faded now. What are your shows, Faded?
Okay, so for me, I did have an anime in mind, but do you want me to pick one or the other? Because I have an artist that I really want to show.
Yeah, do whatever you want to do.
Okay. So I'll start with the anime then. I picked High Score Girl. So
okay, I've heard of
this one. Yeah. So all of us, everyone watching probably as well, plays fighting games. Of course. That's what we're here for. That's what we talk about most of the time. So this is kind of like a rom-com. And it's about the main character who is just a really competitive fighting game player for retro fighting games. Takes place like during like the original Street Fighter 2 Turbo Days in the arcades, and he meets a girl who is mute but is very good at fighting games. Destroys him every time. And this series is just very lighthearted, very fun, but also mid-series. It's very interesting. I really like romantic comedy anime, and that's kind of what I watch the most. And I think this is probably one of my favorites. Anyways, my artist. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen this, Atkins, but I do talk about music a little bit on my Twitter. There's a specific artist that I really want to show, and I know he's going to pop off soon. His name is Chris Patrick. Now, for the album, it would be From the Heart, Volume 2.
Oh,
and
is he black?
Yes, he is black.
I can confirm from the image here that yes, that is a seemingly an African American male.
Yes. He's actually dropping another album soon. Next month in September. And some of the songs I recommend would be like Dreams from this, Typical and Seattle Interlude. And then one song that I've kind of come across recently, just going through his random playlist, would be All Falls Down. Well, I can send you a link to all of these. Let's see here.
Oh, it looks like it's right here.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Cool. Awesome.
This one really good.
Oh, he's also
and then it's the same person.
Bam.
But yeah, one of his songs, one of his most popular songs recently is actually in the 2K21 OST.
Oh snap!
It's called Swish. You might have heard of it.
Oh, it's right there. Okay.
Yeah. Very good artist.
Very cool. I'm definitely going to give this a listen because I actually have seen you tweet about some of your music taste, Faded, and I definitely like some of your rap choices. Like I saw you talk about Denzel Curry the other day, and it made me realize that I've never recommended the Denzel Curry album here, and I'm just like, what the hell am I doing? But yeah, Chris Patrick, I haven't heard of him.
Is he related to like Steph Curry?
Eon.
I don't know. I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is. Bro, I don't know who he is. I assumed.
He's not related to Steph Curry. They're actually on completely different ends of America. Because Denzel Curry's Florida based, and Steph Curry's in California over here. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
Curry's a pretty common last name. Like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to name my son Curry. Hold on.
Bro, I can't. I'm so. But anyways, yes, that would be my recommendations.
Very cool. Well, thank you both for the captions. Thank you for giving you guys have doubled the My Anime list, which I am eternally grateful for, because the My Anime list is kind of on my guess. I have it there for people that like don't want to, maybe people don't want to recommend music, or they're just like not too into music. I think anime is a good middle ground, and like we're in the anime FGC, I feel like naturally a lot of people watch anime and I don't, so it's a good way for me to get recommendations for people to kind of express themselves and like, you know, say what they like, but in a different like art form. So definitely thank you for those anime recommendations, and
no problem.
Album recommendation as well. It's much appreciated. And thank you guys for joining me on the podcast. I'm so sorry that this ran 2 hours long, but
it is so fun. Thank you for inviting us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate it, bro. Because like I didn't like when we first got the DM, I told Fred, I was like, hey yo, we got invited to a podcast. You know how crazy this is? They invited me to a podcast.
Yes, sir. The second episode at that. There's only 4 people that have ever been guests on this show, and I wanted to make sure that I got you two specifically, because like I said, I said this in the DM, and also just to say it like out loud, you two have definitely been some of like the biggest pillars of like the BBTAG community as it stands now, because there's a lot going on. There's like Strive out, people are like kind of getting back to offline. There's like a little bit of a transition period of people in one way or another, and Tag is like still kind of trying to keep our footing. We're trying to keep the momentum pushing the CEO, and like through Project Tsukiyomi and Trials of the Sky and streaming content creation, you guys are still keeping it pushing. So really happy to have both of you on here. It was a fantastic episode. It was 2 hours worth it. And yeah, it was cool. So this is actually going to be the last Crackin Atkins podcast for August, naturally, because this should be dropping on August 30th, so long as my video editing is OD, and I'm sure that it is out on August 30th.
I believe in you.
Thanks.
Let's go.
I appreciate that. But yeah, for September, I currently have 2 that I want to do, so be on the lookout for those. Hopefully that one that I was talking about with NorCal, specifically Sacramento-based area players, comes to fruition. And then the next one after that should be cool, but I won't say anything about that yet. But that's gonna do it for episode 2. Again, thanks to y'all, thanks to those of you that have listened, and I will see you all next time. Take it easy.
Before you say that, we should have some last words.
Go for it. Yeah, if you guys have any last words, go for it.
All right, so I'll let Faded go first because my words are too powerful.
Oh God, Eon! Don't make me hurt you, bro.
I'm just so worried.
Eon,
so worried. This is a bad idea, but just go, Eon.
Okay, so my last words are I appreciate being on the podcast, but I have some patch notes to release for the general public.
I know. I'm stopping recording. It's done. It's a wrap.